Yeah, I heard the story about how like one of my friends, he's talking about how his the job he worked for, they're only paying like 13 something an hour, right? And then like people kept leaving, and when people left, they kept him. So like, like they were slightly like inching. Eventually, they decided that they're gonna like up their pay.
Yeah.
And then like after they up their pay a decent amount, then they could find people to show up and work for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
So it's been working, I think, because there's a shortage of people who want to do those jobs now. Because American culture sends the message that you too can be the next Britney Spears. You too can. It's all talent. It's all about TV, television, YouTube, wherever you find the television on any streaming platform is going to express the culture, the dominant culture of the group of people who it is meant to entertain. So a lot of the shows will have more of a conservative bent or more liberal bent, depending on the type of viewership. What the fuck was that?
I don't know if that's in the podcast, but it's just some update that popped up. Don't worry about it.
Okay, yes. Yeah, you can subscribe to Porn Now.
It's not that kind of update.
What was I saying, Nathan?
All right. Give me a minute. All this stuff is popping up. Hey, you're saying something about like TV shows, how some have like a liberal bent, some have a conservative bent?
Yeah. And did you notice all the television shows in the 90s? Some of them were, the black television shows, some of them I think really did have kind of a conversation about race that went along with those, right? For example, like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to use the stereotypical kid from the hood who goes into this rich black family's home, which is very improbable, but they're like that's the one they chose to do. But then they create a show that is definitely appealing, I think, or goes from like black culture, takes its cues from black culture, but it's meant for a white audience. It's like a white audience dominates the entire. Do you have anything to say about that?
Well, in America, most people are white.
Yeah.
I think white people are like 65% of the population. So if a show is really good and it gets really popular, then it's just naturally going to mean that like there's going to be a decent chunk of white people listening to that or watching that TV show.
Yeah.
I believe like black people are only like 12.5% of the population
In the United States?
Yeah, in the United States.
But that is not true of Cincinnati, I might say.
Yeah, you said
Whereas
it's like
very
almost
special,
50%.
it's almost, it's 48%, a tie, right? For first. And then those others are for, Hispanic and Asian and whatever. But I'm not saying that means the communication or the connection between the white and the black communities is that good. I don't. My intuition tells me it could be better.
I don't know, man.
It's hard to get people to change. Would they? They're just trying to survive. But, yeah, that's where you get questions of like systemic racism. Now, but Nathan, do you believe in systemic racism?
I don't know, man. You see some fucked up shit, and it's like, I don't know, maybe there's a system of like racism in place.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's like, I feel like the jury's still out on whether or not a lot of the bad things that happen to black people is due to like some type of like systemic racism versus the stupidity of their own actions.
Yeah.
Like there are people who involved in gangs and drugs, and that is a choice that they made, and that led them down a bad path. And so that's not really something they can blame on someone else, because that's a decision they made. And there are plenty of people in the same situation that didn't did not make that decision.
Yeah.
That being said, though, I mean, like you have the like the war on drugs.
Yeah.
That like really, I'm not saying that it targeted the black community, but that really fucked up a lot of people in the black community.
You could say it targeted the black community. Like
I have to look more into that. Although,
well, there was the election. There was the election at the time. The election for George Bush for second term, and no. This was Ronald Reagan and what's his name? But I don't think I don't have the knowledge to.
from what I heard, like they didn't tell the CIA didn't tell people like sell it in the black community.
Mm-hmm.
They just told them like I'll sell crack. Here's some crack, go sell it. And
but they found a need in the black.
Well, I mean, it just happened to be that the black community more so than others were the ones who were buying it. Or actually, I forgot the guy's name, but I think like the people who were selling, they went into the black community. And so I think there was like the church community. I forgot what government organization went after the CIA for this. And so like the accusation was that the CIA specifically told these drug dealers to sell drugs in the black community, but that there was no evidence of that. And so that's why it was like they came back and said, "Oh, wait, these claims are false." But it was because they specifically said, targeting the black community. But they didn't target the black community. They just said, "Hey, go sell the coke." Because
it'll create its own need for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's how powerful a drug that is. It sucks. But
by the way, Joe Biden is one of the reasons why the war on drugs got as out of hand as it did.
Yeah. It was stupid, and that was the time when they introduced DARE to keep kids off drugs.
Yeah, that didn't
where they
work at
taught
all.
every kid in the fucking country, this is what a gram of coke looks like. If you can get this price for it, that's pretty good. Now you kiddies fucking remember that and don't do drugs.
Yeah, that's.
They made us want to do drugs. That's what everyone was like, dude, I want to try some of that weed. Little kids running around the fucking playground yelling at each other about cocaine. Yeah, we had a cop who would come in every month, I think monthly, to do some sort of training with us or socializing. Or, I mean, it's what nowadays people would call socializing, ideologicalizing, what you do. I mean, if you can, schools are supposed to educate children, but when they have a huge ideology behind it, it can turn into brainwashing. That's all I'm going to say. What do you think?
I don't really like the term brainwashing.
I know. Give me another one. I've lost some IQ points in the last 3 years, and
I don't know. Maybe like conditioning might be a better
conditioning.
word.
Conditioning, sure. Whatever makes people happy and horny. That's all I care about.
All right, man. Man, like the war on drugs has been like an absolute failure. It's like people can still get their hands on drugs,
right?
And
can now than ever before because it's legal in most states.
I wouldn't say that. It's actually still illegal in every weed specifically is still legal in every state because like on a federal level it's still illegal. But the states who legalize it are pretty much going against the federal government. And from what I've heard, like the federal law enforcement, like the DEA, the ATF, FBI, like there's no way they can do what they do without the local police assisting them. So if local police decide that they're not going to assist the federal government, then it's almost impossible for the federal government to enforce the laws that they pass.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and I feel it's kind of casual here. There is a big. I mean, we're only like I don't know how far from downtown, but not very far. And there's a lot of cops, and I see them all over my neighborhood. I see them whenever I'm driving anywhere in Cincinnati. So there must be like a pretty good presence of cops on the streets to keep everything into check. But that being said, I've never seen them pull. They've never pulled me over, which is usually the duty of every cop in any city I moved. Just kidding. But it's just that it just is. When I was a young man, when I first got my license at 16, I was just infamous for getting pulled over. But a lot of the things I was doing were a little outrageous, like speeding and not reckless driving, but speeding recklessly. So they said that's reckless. Enough if you're going 95 in a 45 zone or a 55 zone.
That's a bit much.
This was like when I was 16, so I got a lot of these like small penalties. But when I got older, I just I was and more medicated to treat the bipolar. I just was like, there's no rush. I just go a little over the speed limit, but it depends on the day, sometimes. But I think everybody out there is breaking traffic. Sure.
Like few people actually get punished for actually like breaking these traffic laws.
Yeah, because they don't have enough cops to catch every asshole who does it. So
yeah, so that's kind of the issue.
Yeah.
All right, anything else you want to talk about?
I can't think of anything. I'm supposed to go on this talk, tonight.
Yeah. Give a heads up. I mean, you still talk about it, but like by the time this goes out, you would have already had this talk.
Oh, I see.
So like, what do you plan? What program are you planning on using to talk to this? You got hit this guy up and ask him like, what program you guys are gonna be using? Because you said
yeah.
You can't get Skype working.
And he's from Australia, right? So the timing is very hard to understand. And yes, like he, everything's ready except Skype. Maybe there's a bigger market for Skype in Australia. Maybe a new company bought them out. Who knows? But like, I can't get it anymore. And my wife was telling me that the Skype is basically gone. There's no use of it anymore. People don't buy it.
Okay, well, like ask him to like use something else.
Well, I mentioned OBS, which I don't even know what that stands for. What is that?
I forgot what that stands for as well.
Oh, okay. So OBS, and I'll see if he can do that. I did text him to ask him about that, but he hasn't texted me back.
All right. Well, I mean, I hope things work out, and it's on this guy's podcast. So.
Well, it's gonna suck kind of because I have to stay up till 2 in the morning. But
yeah, that's not a problem.
Yeah. All right, dude. You want to wrap it up early?
Oh yeah, we can. Oh yeah, there's a Rage Against the War Machine. They're having a peace rally, and in DC, February 19th. Be there. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, I won't be there because I don't like to be in big crowds.
What? Since when?
Since you invited me to this thing. No, I seriously hate it.
All right.
I'm not trying to say I'm an armchair.
Well, I'm gonna be there.
I'm happy for you. Who are you doing with? Are you helping? Spread the word and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I do a little bit of word spreading. There's this one dude I met a while back. He's gonna be there, but like his friend, he's from Ohio, and he like wants like a ride to DC. And I'm planning on give him a ride there as well. So I'm not sure how that's going to work out because there's some questions about whether or not he can get the day off. So, yeah.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. So, yeah, February 19th, Peace Rally, D.C.
Where is it? In front of the Capitol?
I think it's in front of the Lincoln Memorial.
Oh, cool. That's a long, that's a lot of... is that near the reflecting pools where they do it in
I've only been to D.C. once, man, so
okay.
I don't know where any of this
Me
place is.
too. No, I've been in D.C. a couple times, but I've only actually... we did go to that memorial, though. It was pretty cool. Too bad that, like, society everyone from like 30 to 45 isn't more educated about everything,
Yeah. So actually, I don't know what time it starts. I think they're still trying to work out the kinks. And so they're go to their website, type in Rage Against the War Machine into Google, and you'll find their website. Yeah, they're doing crowdfunding, so go ahead and donate if you're interested. So, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Fucker and low.
Say that again?
No, it's from a meme that I've been seeing.
Okay.
It's all about these. Okay, so there's a woman. You know how the people from the news, they have correspondents who go out into the field and check things out, and it's usually weather related. I'm sitting here in the thickest fog this city has seen in 20 years. Hi, Carol, I see you there. Wow, wow, wow. So they're all like they're talking back and forth about how interesting it is. Okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this guy, this rogue motherfucker, tries to find these spots.
Really?
Get in and talk, and he always ends with "fucker in the hole" like that.
Oh yeah.
So he's like, "Oh, I'm glad you chose me. I'm having a very good day today. Fucker in the hole."
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And they just go crazy.
I remember one time there was like this reporter talking about how there's this like crazy weather and like this dude was like struggling to like stand up, but then like there's just two guys just like casually walking through in the background.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. They must be wound tight because there's a lot of videos out there of people flipping out on TV.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm actually a big flipper outer.
Really.
I'd
say.
Wait. How did you know that?
The stories you tell me, man.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say I've never been weird around Nathan. I've never been around Nathan.
No, you've been thoroughly gruntled. It's just like you get disgruntled when you're when you're around other people.
Yeah. So.
Oh man.
So when's the next for our Cincinnati listeners? When's the next appearance?
That's a good question. When should we start? Let's see. We can start. Let's start the first week of February.
Okay.
Oh no, let's aim for the second week of February. Let's give us more time.
Nice.
Also, you need to remember the lyrics for Total Abyss.
Yeah, I think I'm going to learn Total Abyss, and I'm going to learn. I'm going to teach myself how to play Black.
Eternal Black?
Eternal Black, yeah.
All right. All right. So, yes.
My favorite songs we've ever done are probably Eternal Black and Scorcher.
Really?
Yeah, I love them, man.
Awesome. So, anyway, yeah, I'm Nathan, the bass player.
Oh, and I'm Vinny, the singer and the guitar player. We do have one star who isn't among us anymore.
Mike?
I'm kidding. He just lives in Florida.
One.
Myself on a cigarette. I burned myself on my cigarette.
Yeah,
but yes,
we
love Michael, and he's been working hard. I know he's working hard in Florida because he's doing the shit that he loves again.
Yeah, we need
great.
to get we need to get Mike on this podcast. Oh,
Yeah.
before we sign out, I want to get a good backtrack. I want to show the viewing audience what the rest of this room looks like.
Oh, okay.
So just give me a minute.
Yes, just swivel. Does that swivel? Swivels.
So if you want to narrate, go ahead.
Oh yeah, this is one of two third floor rooms in the house that I live in, and it is now devoted to music recording, music practicing. But it's not very. I've seen better in terms of cleanliness and taste, probably. So this side of the room should be for when we do like little mini concerts, like 4 or 5 attendees that we like handpick to come and listen. Does that sound good to you, Nathan?
I really need to ask your wife about that. She's the one who's going to be okaying whether or not you can have strangers showing up at your house.
Right. But if we did it real not professional, but do it yourself professional. Like we could make it just by invitation only. The people we've invite are very like come with great, people. What do you call it? It's just good people. So we just tell it it's good people. There's no way they're gonna fuck anything up. And then you just play for them. Some of those are the funnest concerts. Those small ones.
Yeah, we can do something like that. I like that idea.
Yeah.
You ever played Dungeons and Dragons?
I did. Isn't it a lot like some kid controls the world and I'm a player and he just controls what's happening and then I'm constantly faced with these situations where I have to make choices and then after making a choice it gets me either in a wrong direction or a good direction. Is this what you're talking about?
Exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh my God, I have played then.
Yeah.
I didn't know it, but I had. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
What, are you dig that, man? Is that you like it, huh?
Yeah, I like it.
Wow, interesting. I actually happen to know a dungeon master. Is that what you call him?
Yeah.
Dungeon master? Yeah, we're friends with a dungeon master.
Cool.
And he actually does it for money.
He does it for money? How do you get paid doing this?
$25 a person to buy his world. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And if you're any good, you just told me you're pretty good at being the dungeon master, right?
I didn't say I was good. I said I did it.
Oh, you've done it before.
Yeah.
You're probably pretty good at it, man. And then, so anyway, you could try to make money doing it. And it's all online. That's the other great thing. It's like completely like not socially awkward at all.
Yeah, I think we should. I think we should play D&D at some point, or Pathfinder, which is essentially D&D.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, like I said, I'm the bass player. I'm Nathan.
And I am Vinny. And I play guitar and I scream in the microphone. One day I might just sing. I can sing. I just have never sung that in the proper way. I've always done some method. Oh, well, Nathan, here it's time for honesty. You notice that I've kind of switched up what the vocals sound like almost every track, right?
Yeah.
Is there a point in our discography that you felt like, oh, I think these vocals here were superior to the others?
What's that one song that song I said was a favorite, but I forgot the name. Was it Deep Space?
Oh yeah, Deep Space.
Yeah, that's what I liked.
So that kind of loud, ominous beckoning.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I can do that.
All right, I feel like this is the third time we signed off. But now we're officially signing off. Okay, I'm the bass player. I'm Nathan.
And I'm Vincent. Vinny. Or Vince. Or Vin. But anyway, have a good night, everyone.
Good.